God is bless everyone. Today we are doing the big daddy of them all, of the Norse gods that everyone recognizes this name is God Odin. I hope you enjoyed the new backgrounds I'm going to add to each god or goddess, um, based on the sacred animal. So each one's going to be a little different than before. So anyhow, God Odin, as we know, is basically the big guy. He's like king of all gods, like father of all the gods. But anyhow, this will be a short intro. So here is oh yeah, for now on, I'm like before. I'm not gonna talk during the titles and alternative names and spellings. And when I do his children and stuff, I probably won't talk because of the I don't want to butcher the names. But anyhow, here is his titles, alternative names, and spellings. Wounds, inspiration, shamanism, magic, war, the hunt, storms, rain, harvest, fury, wisdom, pottery, the divine, Asgard, sacred animal, raven, wolf, blue, purple, ale, your, Lamus, Mercury, all-seeing eye, father, Bor, grandfather of the gods, mother, Besla, goddess of death, goddess Frigga, mother, Hey guys, welcome back. Um, God Odin was also, if you look at his alternative names and spellings that you saw there, they are different. Just like the week Wednesday is actually named after Odin, And you're gonna say, how is that? Because it doesn't even start with a O. Actually, his one name that he went by sometimes was Woden, Woden. Now, I'm sorry if I butchered some of these names. With my speech impediment and not knowing how to say the Norse names very well, and I tried my best, it's kind of like a bad combination. So I didn't try to say the Norse names much, but if I butcher them, I'm sorry. But because of these many different names, he got them because he traveled in many different realms. He traveled all the realms, going by different names, learning different stuff. He actually was tricked a lot of people into getting the knowledge that he knows today, especially the study of the runes. Below is a link to a page which I highly recommend watching. He does good videos of Norse, the whole story of the Norse gods, from the beginning to the end, and I will link his below. So also that that's where he gets inspiration from, and of course he's got shamanism. Sorry about that, I butchered it, and magic. So, he's very strong if you think about those aspects. And he also is god of war and storms too. So you can see a lot of these traits went to his children. Like Wayne, Fury. A lot of these traits went to his children, but he's mainly known for like I would say like God of the Winds and being father of the gods. And that's mainly what I usually know him as. I know that he was a big daddy, like he was father of the gods, basically. But yeah, a lot of the things he was god of, he passed on to his children. I recommend that you watch the movie. I know it's Hollywood, but the movie Thor Ragnarok. It actually it's pretty cool of how it ends. Anyhow, his sacred animals that we went over was like the raven, of course, that you always see him with a raven, and his wolves. There's always a wolf around him. So his sacred animals, as we went, was the raven and the wolf. And then we had his sacred colors, which we went over. Purple is actually the color of royalty, so that didn't surprise me any. And his element being air, that's how he was able to get around so easy, because think about it, if these gods, when the element is air, they master that element. So, him being air, he could easily travel to different realms. His Sabbaths that we went over, which was Yule and Lemmas, sorry, my pronunciation. But of course, you're looking at those, and I am going to do a new series, the Sabbaths, which will be coming up next month, so stay tuned for that. His associated planet is Mercury, and these planet pictures that you see are actually the original planets from NASA. His representation was the all-seeing eye. We saw the all-seeing eye. That's interesting because when you hear about you hear about in Egyptian the Eye of Ra, and then here you have the all-seeing eye, which is basically the same they say in Egyptian. But in the Norse pantheon, the all-seeing eye is Odin's eye that he lost. So that's his all-seeing eye that wanders around, and Odin can see good. And his model that we did was Belta. Sorry about the butchering. Goddess of Death. So, yeah, that's a pretty powerful goddess, and you're talking about ancient god and goddesses here. And his father was god Bor, B-O-R, and he's basically known as the grandfather of the gods. Now, his wife was Frigga. Now, I learned a lot about his children here. When I looked for his female children, a lot of them came up as Frigga, Freya, or Frigg. Because I think what's going on there is like one of his kids, anyhow the name is changed, might have been his wife as well. So they went by different names too. So I'm not sure about that. Let me know. We saw some of his famous children here. I mean, we're looking at like God Thor. We know that automatically he had like 3 divine children that you automatically know who you're talking about, like Thor, Loki, and Baldur, if you follow the Norse pantheon. But mainly people are gonna know who you're talking about when you say Thor or Loki, sorry. He had mainly only male children, only 2 female, only 2 daughters. So as we can see, Thor's a big one. God of Thunder, he passed that on to his son. But to land all this up here, I want an overview of that. God Odin to me is a very important god. Not only is that he is worshipped really highly during the Norse pantheon, a lot of people that follow it will follow Odin. The symbol of inspiration is actually Odin's symbol. Everything you look up for inspiration in Norse, when I looked for the pictures, it was all symbols of Odin, all different runes, the sign of Odin, all kinds of stuff was the representation of Odin. So the people back then, the followed the Norse pantheon or the worship the Norse gods, which by the way, the Norse is one of the oldest pantheons out there. They all mainly when they asked for protection or something like that, it was always a symbol of Odin, which I find very interesting. Anyhow, I hope this video is educational for you, and may the gods and goddesses bless you all. See ya.